Wellington. Tasman Fighters CEO Mick Francis here at the Opetaia Square Open Media Workout. 3 days out. How are you enjoying the fight week?
Yeah, mate, it's hectic. You know, it's good that we got this event out of the way. This is always one that everyone loves here in Pack Fair. So we've got a good crowd, good turnout. So yeah, mate, we're on our way.
Very big week for the Tasman Fighters stable. Interim heavyweight world title fight with Justice Hooney.
Yeah.
Jai's defending his world title for the third time, only hours apart. Each on different parts of the globe. How busy have you been the last couple of weeks, and how excited are you for the future of Tasman Fighters?
Mate, flat out. Like it's a team effort though. You've got to understand, it's like, I love to take all the credit. You know, I've obviously got a team around me. It's only a very small team. Fran and Amanda and Matt Clark. But I've also got guys on the other side of the world helping out too. Matchroom's helping out a little bit. But a big call is Spencer Brown. Like Spencer Brown, he's a breath of fresh air. Like, mate, what he's done for boxing in a very short period of time is just nothing but amazing. You know, Spencer's the man behind Riyadh season, as we all know. But he's also the man behind Justice Hooney fighting for a WBA interim world title over in Ipswich on Sunday. You know, Sunday our time anyway. So, mate, boxing is about relationships. And mate, there's no better relationship than Spencer Brown.
Yeah, you've been building the connections quite well, actually. Justice will be fighting Fabio Wardley, well-tested Brit. He's been around, likes to go some rounds. For some reason, he actually gets better the more he gets hurt. What's Justice got to do to win this fight? Does he stay on the back foot, just work off the jab, or what do you think he's got to do?
I think he doesn't know what to do until he gets out there. You know what I mean? Like, he's probably going to try and bully Justice. Obviously, he's going to have a hostile crowd. There's 25,000 screaming bloody
big stadium
Ipswich guys, you know, and I was at Ipswich there a couple of weeks ago for the presser, and it doesn't really hit you until you actually go to that venue and you look around. It was huge, you know what I mean, for a boxing event in a stadium such as Ipswich, mate. It's going to be massive. There's going to be 25,000 screaming fans going for Fabio Wardley. Mate, the nerves are going to get to both guys. So what is he going to do when he gets out there? I'm not sure, but number one, he's got to be smart. Okay, that's number one. He's got to be smart. He's fit. His fitness is fine. He's never been so fit. He's had excuses in the past, but this time his fitness is 100%. So he can do 20 rounds. So mate, when he gets in the ring, he'll work it out. He's a very smart boxer. He's got good boxing IQ. So I hope he just stays out of trouble and doesn't get behind any of those big punches. But I don't think Fabio will touch him. I'm hoping Justice just boxes his ears off, goes the whole 12 rounds, shows that he can go 12 rounds. Shows that he's got the fitness, so that's what I'm hoping for. He just, he stays out of trouble and puts on a boxing clinic.
Now, he'll be the second ever Australian to even touch a heavyweight world title. What will be the next step, assuming he is successful this weekend?
Look, win, lose or draw, it doesn't matter. Justice Hooney still wins. Like, he's had an opportunity to go over there and fight on a massive Queensbury card, Riyadh season, stadium fight, WBA interim world title, 5 weeks notice. You've got to remember, Justice was only 26 years old. Okay, he's a baby in the heavyweight division.
Only 12-0 as well.
12-0, like 12. He's had 12 professional fights. So, mate, I just don't understand how he can't win. So, it's a win-win situation. And not only for Justice Hooney, if he goes and does what we think he can do, mate, Australian boxing is alive. So, I remember when Manny Pacquiao and Jeff Horn fought in Suncorp Stadium, what was that, 5-6 years ago? Mate, the next day there was 100 kids in every bloody boxing gym, okay? So it built boxing in this part of the world. Justice Hooney and Jai Opetaia, they're doing exactly the same thing.
Now, Jai's fighting a brawler in Claudio Squayo. What do you think of Squayo so far as an opponent, and how do you believe Jai will approach him in this fight?
A lot of people have written Squayo off. I'm not going to write anyone off. This is a world title fight, okay? This guy, I've been watching him in socials. He's been training his ass off. Like, he's a brawler. He's a come forward, knucklehead. Jai can come forward, but he loves that sort of stuff. Jai can box, Jai can bang, or Jai can, whatever it brings. Jai will set the pace. So, who knows? I reckon it's going to be a war. I think if I was just watching him do his open workout then, if he thinks he can come and start swinging like that, he's going to get clipped in the first round. I can't see it going. If he thinks he's going to bully Jai, if he wants to test Jai, he's going to have a tough night at the office.
Now, Jai, he's fully locked in on his fight, so I want to ask you, There's been promises of a potential unification showdown next, assuming Jai and Zerto are successful in their fights this month.
Yeah.
How likely is that to become a reality, and when do we reckon we'll see that happen?
Look, we've had dates given to us in the past. They're rock solid. They're locked in. Things change. Boxing changes. We might say one thing today, and tomorrow's a completely different thing. Look, it's on the tip of everyone's tongues. The fight will happen. I spoke to Spencer Brown yesterday about it. I said, mate, we've got to make this fight happen. It's got to happen this year. He guarantees me it's going to happen. What Spencer says, Spencer gets. Okay, so look, it's a fight that makes sense. It's a fight the world wants to see. There's no bigger fight, I don't think, in the cruiserweight division for the last 10 years. Than Zerto Ramirez and Jai Opetaia. It would have been good to see the Bill and Smith fight. I think it would have been a great Australia versus England. Would have been a massive fight. They both spoke good English, easy to promote. You got Matchroom versus Boxer. There would have been a great contest, but unfortunately that never happened. So, mate, we'll take Zerto. And as Jai's always said, it's not about the opponents. It's always about the belts. So he wants to win the WBO. That's the one that's close to his heart. So that's the one we're going for.
Now, you also mentioned this may be the last time we actually see Jai fight in the country for a while.
For a long time.
Yeah. Now, what do we have to do as a country? Do state governments, local councils got to get involved?
We can't do it without state government. Boxing, it's growing. It's getting some good traction. On the back of like Tim Zhu, Jeff Horn. There's some really Justice Hooney. Okay. So it's getting some really good traction. I hope that people come and tune in to Sunday, to Justice Hooney in the morning, back up of Jai Opetaia. There's a great undercard. There's no reason, if you love boxing, if you love sport, you want to be an Aussie, you want to support, you want to see major events in this country, tune in, buy the pay-per-view, turn up to if you're local, turn up to the venue. But I mean, mate, this is world-class boxing. You don't see any better than this. And you talk about Jai, Jai's, the unification's next, okay? I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to do it, okay? I can't make promises, but we're going to do it. So once Jai unifies those titles, okay, I don't think we could generate enough money in this part of the world unless state government get behind to bring these major fights back in this country. If that's the case, it's going to be rehab. It's probably going to be the US. We haven't explored the US market yet. We're going to go over to the US after the Jai fights. We're going to go to the Ramirez fight. We're going to do a couple of call-outs. We've got to start, rattling the cage. So we're going to go on the road. We're going to introduce Jai to the US market. They're going to love him. So he's a massive star already over in the UK. So, the sky's the limit.
Now, speaking on that US market, you've got Ben Marnie, who's a super welterweight. Yeah. There's a lot of interest from the Americans in that division. Yeah. Assuming he's successful this weekend, would you look to take him over there and build the connections up?
Absolutely. Like Benny Marnie, he's a talent. He hasn't had many opportunities. He's been plagued with injury. Mate, he's fit. He's 29 years old. I said to him, mate, this is your last chance. I'll invest. I will find the right fights. I will help him progress in his career. The super welterweight division is a great division. We've got the Zoo boys, okay? They're in the IBF. If Benny gets away with the win, it's a tough fight. This guy's a banger. He's 9-0 with 9 knockouts. He's a banger. Don't worry about Venezuela. They all fight for their lives. They don't fight for sport, they fight for their lives. So he's going to come to fight. So I feel as though if Benny can get through this fight, if he can make a statement, maybe stop him, he's on his way. It's going to change his life. He's going to get ranked. He's going to go into the IBF rankings. He's going to go to probably number 20 in the world on BoxRec. He's 16-0, one draw. Mate, he's on his way. We need to get behind Benny Marnie as well, because Benny Marnie is a superstar. He's the Gold Coast favourite son. He's been here born and bred. We really need to get behind him and show him some love as well.
Too easy. Thank you for your time, Mick.